coming in today's video thinking, yay, today I'm grafting so hard. I am in my content bag. If you are only tuning into this video for the first time, I'd challenge you to go back to the previous two videos and just see the setup, just see the outfit, and just tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. This is a sound check. So let's get right into the word. Very interesting book of the Bible we're getting into today. But before, getting into the word, let me just say hi and welcome you to my YouTube channel. The name is Gorata.Selaledi. I am a faith-based content creator and new videos out every Sunday, Monday, and Friday. I am also a certified professional life coach. Used to be cringe saying that out loud, but yes, I am certified, and certification simply means that I have tools that can help you move from A to B in the space of emotional intelligence, goal success, and your life story. That pretty much sums up what certification means, right? And in today's video, we are going to be continuing our journey. I am looking to finish the Bible in the next 22 years. That's 1,189 weeks, right? And yeah, I calculated that it's 22 years. So when I am 52, I will be done reading through this Holy Bible, chapter by chapter. Alright, great. So I've done that. So let's get into the word for real. Alright, so I'm just going to read through Genesis 5, the whole chapter, and I hope that you'll be blessed by it. Very interesting from the 4 that we've read so far. This one is just giving us names, right? So if you're looking for baby name, this is the video for you. But let me just get into it. Here we go. So Genesis 5, genealogy of the patriarchs. So it says, this is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female he created he them, and blessed them and called their name Adam, in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years, and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam, after he had begotten Seth, were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years, and begat Enos. And Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years, and begat Canaan. And Enos lived after he begat Canaan 815 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years, and begat Mahalaleel, and Canaan lived after he begat Mahalaleel 840 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910, and he died. And Mahalaleel lived 65 years, and begat Jared. And Mahalaleel lived after he begat Jared 830 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalaleel were 890 and 5 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and begat Enoch. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years, and begat Methuselah. That's my favorite character in the Bible. And Enoch walked with God After he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 306 and 5 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 782 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. He's the oldest man in the Bible, by the way. Bible trivia. Where am I? Alright, there you go. And Lamech lived 182 years and begat a son. And he called his name Noah, saying, This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed. And Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And that brings us to the end of the reading of the word. Well, it flies, eh? Yeah, we're literally chasing dirt, right? But yeah, the key lesson from Genesis 5. First of all, so many names, and how do I know how to pronounce all of them? Because I usually listen to the Bible on my Bible app. I wanted to fix my bra, that's be weird. But yeah, on my Bible app, and I usually listen to the King James Version, and like to this point, because I've never finished the plan, I will be honest, on YouVersion, I've always kind of known how they sound like because of that, right? But I think just high level, given how, I think lengthy in terms of reading out all those numbers was for me, the biggest lesson from Genesis 5, or the key takeaway, I believe, is just how God is just so faithful. I feel like a broken telephone. Alright. Broken telephone, but in looking at how God was so faithful, in covering and blessing Abraham to say that I will make you as many as the stars, as many as the sand. And when you look at Genesis 5, it kind of just shows that God was indeed faithful to his promise to Abraham, right? We see that, like, people are living up to 969, yeah? Just close to a whole millennium, is it? I think. But yeah, imagine living for that long. I can't truly imagine, but it must have been such a different time in the world for you to pass 100 and still be active and still be strong. Like, you are begetting sons and daughters all the way up to 900. There's just so much favor, I believe, that God was showing still to Abraham through his lineage. And I can imagine that the conversation and the chats was just this promise. Like, this promise was passed down, and these people knew that, hey, there's a strong nation that is being born through us. And when you think about it, I always think about it from this place to say God was preparing the way, in a sense, for Christ to finally make the scene. Obviously, I truly believe that God saw the full picture, but then it's just a thing of, in the promise that he had given Abraham, he saw an opportunity to then say, through Abraham's lineage, Christ will be born, right? And I think it was just a thing of, the when of it, but seeing that promise of that was given to Abraham and Sarah come to fruition was just amazing. And this is something that is evidenced in Genesis 5. And by the way, when God gave Abraham and Sarah this promise, they laughed, hey? And maybe going ahead of you, hey, I am actually going ahead of all of you, because Abraham is not even born by this time. But I guess just me falling over my words because of that realization, to say, I guess that was like precursor to the promise, but in this case, is me trying to save that narration that I've just given. To say that in Genesis 1, God is saying, this is the command that I give to you, for you to be fruitful and to multiply. And we see that still happening even after the garden, right? Obviously not as easy, but look at these people living all the way up to 900. God said that the earth will not give to you as much as it would have, like when Cain is being punished after he killed Abel, when Adam and Eve ate the apple, to say that there was just so much strife that was on the earth because of sin, but ultimately we still see the fruitfulness and the multiplication from the seed of Adam and Eve. Hey, what a way of trying to save the conversation. But I've read through all of Genesis, and I think just thinking about the story of Abraham and Sarah, what I wanted to say before I got pulled back to Genesis 5 was that, when God gave them this promise, both of them laughed to say, this is not possible, okay? But I think if I was to then maybe just cut Adam and Eve some slack, they truly believed in this call to be fruitful and multiply, in as much as they didn't really see like the end goal. But I see that God, even in their fall, He's still making a way to ultimately bring the seed through their lineage. Eh? So yeah, I think that brings us to the end of today's video and at the end of today's graft. But I guess as a way of closing, just to share a few thoughts from my usual notes, just a few, just two thoughts, hey? To say that in Genesis 5, we see that people lived very long and had large families. This was the initial plan, but with eternity. There was the tree of life in the Garden of Eden. Did God intend to give us the fruit at some point? This was a question. And why were the trees created in the first place? Just the thought that I had there. And then something that I picked from Genesis 5 that I'm still going to have to unpack as well through my journey is that Enoch did not die, right? Enoch did not die. He was transfigured. That is a word that I learned a while back. But from Genesis 5:24, Enoch walked with God and he was not, for God took him. But the key lesson from that verse, before we uncover why all of that happened, is that Enoch walked with God with 1,000%, not 89. So just the charge going into this weekend, given that this is a Faith Friday video, for us to just do an audit whether or not we're straying or walking with God fully in all that we do, right? And pleasant thought again, oldest man in the Bible, his name was Methuselah, and this was Enoch's son. Right. Thank you so much for watching this Faith Friday video to the very end. Like, the sun is setting, literally moving. I'm hoping you can tell the difference in terms of lighting that has brought us here. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I am Gorata.Selaledi. Truly appreciate you for watching to the very end. And if you are a new viewer, please do click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified when new videos drop every Sunday, Monday, and Friday. It has been a pleasure. Have an amazing weekend ahead. And God bless you. Oh, and may God's favor locate you. And may His grace sustain you throughout this weekend. Be blessed and goodbye for me. That was a lot of graft, eh? We call grafting, work, yeah? So much work for this consistency, but this is us for the whole year. Building community of people that are rooted in the Word, that are rooted in prayer, that are filled with unconditional love, and. But here's to consistency, guys. Simple.